The break shot is very important in the game of 8-ball. If a good player makes a ball, gets a good spread, and has a shot after the break, that player is a huge favorite to win the game. In this video, I show how hitting the second ball instead of the first on the break can provide some advantages, including pocketing the 8 on the break. First, let's look at the standard 8-ball power break where the cue ball is positioned slightly off-center, aiming for a square hit on the head ball. The main goal is to pocket one or both of the second row balls in the side pockets. Here are some examples from my recent 8-ball run-out advice video. If you play under rules where pocketing the 8 on the break counts as a win, for example in the APA League system, the second ball break is a smart choice. You break from the side and aim to hit the second ball as squarely as possible without risking hitting the one first. With fast speed, hitting the cue ball center ball will send it straight across the table back into the rack area, where it can break out any balls that might remain clustered. The main goal is to pocket the far corner ball. The near corner ball also sometimes goes, and the 8 almost always moves and gets kissed by other balls. The 8 often heads toward the opposite side pocket, but it can also get kissed into the other side pocket or toward the upper corners. Here are some examples where one or both of the corner balls go. And here are some examples of pocketing the 8. Here, it almost goes in the opposite side. You need to be careful with the accuracy of the hit on the second ball. If you hit the head ball first, you will almost always scratch in the near corner. You can also scratch if you don't hit the second ball squarely enough, either in the same corner or a cross corner off the side rail. You don't want to give your opponent ball in hand after the break, especially a good opponent. That usually won't end well. Another advantage of a second ball break is the balls usually spread well with a good chance to run out. Although, sometimes the balls cluster on the side of the table from which you are breaking. Fortunately, when this happens, often no ball is pocketed. This is a good thing because the clustering makes it tough for your opponent to run out. The second ball break is a good choice on a 7-foot bar box, but it is not a good choice on a 9-foot table. Here, I have a 7-foot bar box table layered over a 9-foot table with the rack of balls in the same place for both. The far corner ball tends to go above the pocket on a 9-foot table. Here's an example. But with the same corner ball direction, it tends to go on a bar box. Another difference is the 8-ball tends to get kissed more on a smaller bar box, giving the 8 a better chance to get pocketed. On a 9-foot table, the 8 often just drifts straight up table with no kisses. There are other balls that also tend to go on a bar box. As mentioned before, sometimes the near corner ball goes, usually when you hit lower on the second ball or if there are any gaps in the rack, which is often the case on a bar table. I made 3 balls on that break. Here's another, also with 3 balls pocketed. Here's a break with a square hit on the second ball. Notice how the cue ball comes straight across and helps move balls remaining in the rack area. Sometimes the back ball next to the far corner ball banks straight back. This ball usually goes only if the balls are racked tightly. The far second row ball also sometimes banks cross-side, but usually only if the rack is not tight. And sometimes the ball you're hitting with the cue ball will come straight back to the side, again, usually only when the rack is not tight. I recently went to a local pool hall, the Emporium in Fort Collins, Colorado, to video record a bunch of second ball breaks. I hit 60 breaks in total. I made a ball on the break 42 out of 60, or 70% of the time. And I made the 8 on the break 3 out of 60, or 5% of the time. I didn't scratch once during the entire session. That's another advantage of the second ball break if you get a decent hit and send the cue ball across the table back into the rack area. At the end of this video, I show all 60 breaks played back at faster speed so you can quickly view all of them. Over the years, I have compiled stats for breaks in professional matches. All data are available via the statistics link in the video description. If you look at the numbers from pro bar box 8-ball tournaments, even the pros don't pocket a ball on the break every time. They surprisingly make a ball only about 65 to 75% of the time. They just run out more when they do make a ball or when their opponent doesn't. I hope you enjoyed and learned something from this video. If you've never used the second ball 8-ball break before, give it a try. The results might surprise you. See the videos and resource pages linked in the video description if you want to learn more about break strategy, technique advice, and statistics under various rules and table conditions. And if you want to learn more about all aspects of the game of 8-ball, check out my Video Encyclopedia of 8-Ball video series. This 5-volume, full-length instructional video set covers everything you need to know to master this wonderful game. The remainder of this video shows all 60 of my breaks on the Valley bar box. They are shown in category order, with the best breaks near the beginning and the worst breaks near the end. Enjoy, and good luck with your game from Dr. Dave.